Da-da-da, da-da-da,
You're watching Cover 2 with your host, Katie Baird.
Hola, and welcome to Cover 2, where we cover you and your fantasy league. Guess what?
What?
There were no ties this week, although there were a couple of close calls, but we'll get to that in a minute. Also, the current poll on our website addresses the issue of fractional scoring. Currently, there are 7 votes in favor and 0 votes against. So it looks like we'll likely be moving to fractional scoring system next season. I have no idea what that means. Now on to this week's highlighted score. The rematch of last year's championship game yielded the same result, except this time no last-minute lineup change would have helped Penguins rule. No excuses this time. The Icy Ninjas once again defeated Penguins 141-93. Penguins rule made a mistake of leaving an injured Ryan Matthews in their lineup, who didn't play and earned 0 points. The Ninjas have clearly been the most dominant team so far this season, outscoring every other team by more than 100 points through just 3 weeks. Now it's time for a lame game of the week. Get your popcorn ready defeated Janelle's Jets 62-60. Really? 62 points and they won? Lame. Janelle would have won by 1 point, except a short field goal attempt by Mason Crosby, no relation, was blocked by the Bears on Monday night, costing them 3 points. Now this I knew because my father almost had a heart attack on the couch next to me. Oi. Instead, popcorn remains at perfect 3-0, while Janelle is still looking for their first win of the season. Now it's time for Hanko Baby Watch Alert! Yeah, no baby yet. That was Hanko Baby Watch Alert! Time to check out this week's other scores. The Screaming Eagles did not tie and remain undefeated technically after earning their first win of the year by beating Lucid Bogies 99-94. It was a seesaw battle all the way through Monday night, but in the end, Greg Jennings and the Packers DST didn't do quite well enough for the Bogies. The Eagles surprisingly were led by Dustin Keller with 21 points. The Zambonis defeated Tension Echoes 116-75. Michael Vick led the Zambonis with 38 points as they got their first win of the season. And finally, the unstoppable Pats, do us a favor and retire? Do us a favor and retire? Oh, Drew, you're so clever changing your team name. And while I agree with you, change it back. I am not going to say that every single week. And if you don't change it, then I'm just going to call you Favre, okay? I'll do it. Anyway, Drew's team beat the Orlanders 113-92. The usual trio of Adrian Peterson, Tom Brady, and Randy Moss led Drew's team as they remained undefeated at 3-0. Now it's time for Kickoff Corner, where we preview this week's upcoming matches. Week 4's featured game pits the top 2 teams in the standings against each other. First place Icy Ninjas versus second place Drew's team, aka Favre, aka Unstoppable Pats. Both teams are 3-0, but someone here is bound to get their first loss of the season. Well, unless they tie. And actually, there's a second game between undefeated teams. 3-0 Get Your Popcorn Ready will face off against the 1-0-2 Screaming Eagles. Well, that's our show for this week. See you next time, and until then... See, it's for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is also for cat. Meow. Adios, amigos.